video conferencing, another technology tool that we're using at Moreau. And we are using this to collaborate, connect, and communicate with our alumni. This is an image of our students speaking with an alumna of Moreau, Rosie Rios, class of 1983, and the current United States Treasurer. Several classes came into the library to participate in a discussion with Rosie Rios. Students were able to go up to the microphone and ask her questions, and she was able to see the students. Right here, she's holding up a $20 bill, one of the first printed with her signature on it. Teacher Features. Teacher Features is a window into the school. Thanks to technology, we are recording our teachers talking about how they're using technology in the classroom. And every month we feature a new teacher. And you can find these on the homepage, and you'll also be able to view the archived versions. Live from MCHS was developed last year, and this program brings together individuals in the Moreau community to talk about interesting topics. With the IT department, we live stream these programs so Moreau community members outside of the school can view what's happening inside the school and connect with their students about what they're interested in and what they're talking about. Livestream also enables viewers to chat with participants so you can ask questions of panel members that are a part of these Live from MCHS programs. Our students live in a 24/7 world, and I think that we all are very familiar with this sort of image. Technology is here whether we like it or not. It is ubiquitous. Even if students do not have access to a laptop or a computer during the day, they have access to their smartphones, which is the same as having access to a laptop in many ways. This 24/7 connectivity enables our students to engage with teachers and access content well after they've left school. As Shauna mentioned, our course management system, Moodle, is becoming more and more used in our classes. Our teachers are uploading course content to this site so students can view video, access documents, submit work, and communicate with each other from home or from wherever they might be during the day. This desktop is Lauren Lex, and I think it shows what an open environment we have become here at Moreau. Students, teachers, and community members are able to communicate with Lauren directly. They can iChat her, or they can instant message her using AIM. Students are collaborating via Twitter, a social networking platform that allows students to post in a very short and concise way. The limit is 140 characters. Social bookmarking is another technology tool that we're using at Moreau to help students collaborate and communicate around information resources. Social bookmarking is similar to bookmarking on your computer. However, it's done on the internet. It's not isolated in that on your laptop. If you just click the bookmark button, it will only save that bookmark to your particular computer. With social bookmarking, you're saving your links, your websites, information that you deem worthy enough to return to at some point to the internet so you can return from any computer. Social bookmarking also allows you to share those bookmarks with others. So students are able to share research, information they've gathered, and students can comment on particular links. This example is a teacher who has bookmarked a link and then commented on that link to inform others why they would want to click on it. Social bookmarking is a great way for our students to organize the incredible amount of information available to them. Noodlebib is an incredible resource that all Moreau students have access to. The library subscribes to this service, and it helps students cite sources. Unlike in our high school days, where we would have to actually look up in a book how you cite something, Noodlebib walks students through it virtually. And then, with a click of a button, it formats the citations for a particular project into a Word document that can be pasted into a paper or could be printed.
Anne's highlighted several ways in which we're using technology here at Moreau. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what happens when those laptops, which we prize for their portability, leave our school environment and travel home to your home environment. One of the most frequent questions that I get from parents is about how to manage the technology environment at home. It can be a challenge. And unfortunately, I have to tell you that it's a challenge not just on a technical level, but on a personal and a parenting level. And one of the sad things that I have to report is that in terms of parenting, there is no app for that. You can't really solve some of the hard questions that we have around how to address managing that home environment with a click of a button or a piece of software or a piece of hardware that you can install on the computer. There is a difference. I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference between managing your student's local computer and the computer environment and managing your home network environment. I frequently am asked if parents can install parental controls on the laptops that students are taking home, or if there's a software program that they can install on that student's computer. Now, unfortunately, we at Moreau here on campus use network filtering to help make sure that our network environment is safe for students, to help comply with rules that we're required to follow. And if you install parental controls on the local computer that your student's using, when they get back to school, it won't work in our network environment. It gets broken. And so we advocate managing your students' access in other ways. And first and foremost, that's about education. That's about education for them and for you. That's about making choices, and that's about, and then next step about that is about managing on a network level. You've got to manage the home computer environment, the environment in which the computer is used. This looks like a lovely setup with a nice, clean, spacious desktop, a nice modern computer, peaceful lighting. Everything looks beautiful. You might think of this as an ideally serene environment for working at home. If you take a different view of that same desk, though, you might see that it's not exactly ideal. Down there underneath the desk is a little mini fridge with a bottle of liquor and some cola in it, and it appears to be right next to, in the student's bedroom, right next to the bed. You probably already have rules about whether or not your student can have liquor in their bedroom. You have rules and expectations in place for your home. Those rules and expectations need to extend to the family computing environment. It's lots of parents find that it's useful to say that computing needs to happen in communal areas in the household, that you can't be alone in your bedroom with your computer where I can't be keeping an eye on you, even an incidental eye. It's not about necessarily standing behind your student watching everything they do. It's about making sure that should you pass through the living room or the kitchen or the family room as they're computing, you would get a glance at their screen and they know that you're there overseeing them in some way. It's about making decisions and enforcing that. It is a laptop. Many parents will say to me, I want to find a way to keep my student off the computer after midnight. Of course, the easiest way in terms of sheer logistics is to take the laptop away at midnight, or to say, it's 10:30 and I'm putting your laptop in my room, in my bedside nightstand, and I'll give it back to you tomorrow at 6 a.m. when we get up. that does entail a difficult conversation that you have to have with your student. And I'm sorry to say that there's no software solution that will deliver you from having to have the difficult parental duties of setting limits and enforcing them. However, managing your home computer environment is a different kettle of wax from managing your home network. Hopefully, this is not what your home network environment looks like. However, many home computer users are intimidated by the very idea of a home network because this is sort of the image that it conjures up for them. Lots of wires going different places. They don't know exactly where it is. Maybe somebody else came in and set up your home network. The vast majority of our students do have a wireless home network environment, and someone had to set that up. When that's getting set up, it's always a good idea to think about more than just, we want connectivity now, to think a couple of steps further down the line. If you were not the person to set up your home network, your wireless network, then and now you're ready to institute some parental controls on the network level, this is a good time to call that person or those people who helped you set up that network. One of the tools that I'm going to recommend is a tool called OpenDNS. OpenDNS is a free service. They have paid services as well, but the household solution is free, and it helps provide several services for the householder that you can use for free. You can get to their site at opendns.com, and once you get there, you'll find that the services that they provide go beyond simple DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name Service, or Domain Name Server. All over the internet, there are computers that match up your plain English input on a website. So when you type in yahoo.com, it translates those words into the numbers that the computers actually want to deal with and sends you to the phone number, or actually it's the IP address of the server that is hosting yahoo.com. So domain name servers exist all over the internet, and when you signed up for your internet service with your internet service provider, whether it was cable or through the phone company, they hooked you up to a domain name server. Now, OpenDNS believes that their name servers work better and faster, and they have some evidence to that effect. And they provide some other incentives to get you to sign up to use your domain name service through them. And that includes phishing protection, or protection against fraudulent websites, so that when you get an email that says your bank account, you need to go to this link, click this link, and go input some information about your bank account. If you click that link and it takes you to a fraudulent site that is not your actual bank, their web service, their domain name service is going to help protect you from that by alerting you to that. And they also offer parental controls, which is really what you're probably after. They also offer parental controls, which is really the prize nugget that you're probably after here. They do allow customization, and it is my favorite price, free.